What's up everybody, RetroWolf88 here, and today we are going to talk about my top 10 most anticipated games of 2019. The rules for this list are very simple. These are going to only include games that are confirmed for 2019. I will not be including any games that are a maybe 2019 release, such as, unfortunately, Metroid Prime 4, for example. So these will be games that we know are coming in 2019. Some will have concrete release dates, some will not. With that being said, let's get into the list, starting with number 10. At some point during the video, my editor is going to jump in and his disembodied voice is going to tell you what some of his most anticipated games of 2019 are. Number 10 is Marvel Ultimate Alliance: The Black Order. This game is going to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive, which is a win for Nintendo. It's slated for a 2019 release, can be played with up to 4 players, and it's coming to us from Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, which is awesome because Team Ninja, as you well know, developed some of the newer Ninja Gaiden games, and those games are a lot of fun. I really enjoy them, especially the first one. This game looks like it is going to be a blast. Look, I've watched the gameplay trailer multiple times. It looks fast, it looks fun. I really like the graphics. They're going for kind of a cel-shaded comic book art style. I think it fits the game really well. I think it fits the Marvel theme very well, and also it works well with the Nintendo Switch. I am really looking forward to this game. Now, admittedly, I have not played a whole lot of the first or the second game, so sometime before this game comes out, I'm going to go back and play at least a couple of hours of those games, hopefully with a few other people, just so that I can have some experience to compare with the new release. Again, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, coming out in 2019. Let's move on to number 9. Number 9 on the list is Psychonauts 2, coming to us from Starbreeze Studios, Double Fine production, from the mind of the legendary man in the game industry, Tim Schafer. You'll know him from the first Psychonauts game, Brutal Legends, Secret of Monkey Island, Grim Fandango. The man is a legend in the gaming industry, and he is a genius. I really enjoyed the first Psychonauts game back in the day. I like old school 3D platformers. The original Psychonauts was an old school 3D platformer that also incorporated a lot of psychic abilities like telekinesis, pyrokinesis, that sort of thing. The game had a really awesome art style, as does the second one. Really kind of reminds me of if Tim Burton made a video game. That would be the art style. Has a lot of quirky characters. The game is funny with really well written dialogue. I'm really looking forward to the second one. It's slated for sometime in 2019. We don't have a concrete release date yet. It's coming to the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. I was hoping for a Switch release, but that's not going to be the case, at least not yet. But there's always a chance. Number 8 on the list is a game that I'm really excited for, and that's Yoshi's Crafted World, coming out on the Nintendo Switch sometime in spring 2019. Hopefully we'll have a Nintendo Direct here in the next week or so, and we will get a concrete release date. This game looks like a lot of fun. It's a 2.5D platformer. I love platformers of all kinds, 2D, 3D, 2.5D, whatever. I'm a big fan of that genre of game, especially side-scrollers. I've always liked side-scrollers. This game has a really awesome, really beautiful art style. It's kind of like a pop-up book. It's very colorful. It's very vibrant. It can be played with 2 players, which is a plus. I'm sure it's probably not going to be a very difficult game, but you know, that's okay. Games don't have to be hard to still be enjoyable. And also, I believe this is the first Nintendo game being developed in the Unreal Engine, so that should be interesting. Could be why the game was delayed. Who really knows? But I'm really looking forward to this one. I like Yoshi. Admittedly, I've kind of fell off the wagon on Yoshi games. Honestly, since Yoshi's Story. I've not played any of the newer Yoshi games. Yoshi's Story on the Super Nintendo will go down as one of the best 2D platformers ever made.
Hey, what's up guys? I'm the editor. You're gonna see me. No, you're not gonna see me. You're gonna hear me from time to time around here. I'm gonna pop in every once in a while and correct some mistakes. Maybe put my input on some of these videos. And here's a little input right here. RetroWolf said Yoshi's Story twice. He meant to say Yoshi's Island. So I'm just jumping in here to fix that mistake.
I'm hoping this one can, you know, bring me back into the world of Yoshi. I'm gonna buy it, I'm gonna play it, and I'm going to enjoy it. Let's move on to number 7. Number 7 on the list is Days Gone, coming to us from Sony as a PS4 exclusive. And look, I love open world games, especially open world action adventure games. I don't mind the whole, zombie theme, even though in this game they're called freakers. They're not really zombies. They're more like what you see in DayZ. They move in giant hordes. They're very fast. They climb all over each other.
Hey, jumping back in here. Just want to fix another mistake. He meant to say World War Z, not DayZ. Also, that whimpering you hear in the background is not somebody he has kidnapped. It's a little furry pal who you might see possibly later in the video. You just have to stay tuned.
This game looks awesome. I know a lot of people are worried about this game because of all the delays, but the more videos that I see of this game, of the gameplay, it looks really intense. The graphics look good. It looks like it's going to have a good story with good voice acting. It looks like you're going to be thrown into a lot of just crazy scenarios that are very intense. Being chased by a horde of really fast-moving creatures like the freakers in this game, and having to use the environment to kind of, survive, get away from them, kill them. The game just looks awesome. It looks like it's going to be a very bleak game, obviously, because it's kind of a post-apocalyptic setting, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to get it day one. I'm going to start playing it day one. This is a game that's been on my radar for a while. Let's move on to number 6. Number 6 on the list, coming to us from Capcom for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, is the Resident Evil 2 Remake. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's coming out on January 25th, 2019, so it is right around the corner. Just a mere, 2 or 3 weeks away from the time this video comes out. The game looks terrifying. It looks dark, it's violent, gritty. Now, admittedly, and I may catch a lot of flack from this, I have never really played Resident Evil 2. I really didn't jump on Resident Evil until Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. Really like Resident Evil 5. Didn't beat Resident Evil 6. Haven't played 7 yet. It's on my backlog. I really like that this remake is going back to that kind of over-the-shoulder, third-person camera view that we saw that started with Resident Evil 4. I really like that style of gameplay, and I am just so excited for this game. The graphics are gorgeous. I'm probably going to have a hard time playing it because I'll be honest, I struggle with scary games like this. I always have, but I love Resident Evil so much, starting with 4, that I'll have to play through it. I'll have to push through it. This game's coming out soon. Very excited. Hope you all are too. Pick it up. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 on the list is going to be Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch. We know it's coming in 2019. We don't have a concrete release date or even really a release window. And not only that, we know pretty much nothing about the game. But it's Animal Crossing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be addicting. It's going to be very quirky. And look, these are the only 2 Animal Crossing games that I've played. The Animal Crossing for the GameCube, I put countless hours into this game back in the day. Played it so much, got so addicted to it. It is one of my favorite GameCube games, and I really hope that the new Animal Crossing lives up to this one. I really enjoyed Animal Crossing on the 3DS, Animal Crossing New Leaf. I didn't play it as much as the GameCube game, but I did put probably about 20 or 30 hours into it. Liked it quite a bit. But the thought of playing an Animal Crossing game on the Nintendo Switch, being able to play in handheld mode, in tabletop mode, it just sounds amazing. And I really hope that they do something better for the multiplayer element of the game, especially with us having Nintendo Switch Online. I would really like to be able to visit other people's towns while they're there and interact with them. So we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to finding out more about this game. And you may see more information on this channel as we get news, so stay tuned. Let's move on to number 4. Number 4 on the list is Luigi's Mansion 3, coming to us on the Nintendo Switch sometime in 2019. What can I say? Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube was the first GameCube game I ever played, and it is another one of my favorite GameCube games of all time. When I woke up on Christmas morning as a kid, opened up my GameCube, saw this game with it, turned it on and played it for the first time, I was blown away by the graphics. because, you know, I went from a Nintendo 64 to a GameCube. The second game, Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon for the 3DS, I know a lot of people didn't like the whole stage-based aspect of that game, whereas this game was just you in the mansion the entire time exploring, trying to, you know, find Mario. I didn't mind the stage-based aspect of the second game too much, but I definitely like the first game better. I definitely like the kind of open exploration feel of the first game. And Luigi's Mansion 3 looks like it's going back to the roots in what looks to be a big hotel. So I'm very excited for that. I've always thought Luigi's Mansion was a very original, unique game. And let's be honest, Luigi deserves to be the star of his own game from time to time, right? Can't wait. Hopefully we'll get more information, more gameplay footage, and maybe a concrete release date. If I had to guess, I would say October. It makes sense for this to be an October game. Around Halloween, come on. This is number 4 on the list. Let's move on to number 3. Number 3 on the list is Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, coming to us from Software. It's going to be a PS4 exclusive. You may have heard of From Software. They're the developers of the Dark Souls series, Bloodborne, also Demon Souls on the PS3. They are known for making very difficult games that require a lot of patience and a lot of skill, but they're very rewarding, they're very fun, and I am really looking forward to this game. The graphics look gorgeous. I love the samurai setting of the game. The combat looks very nuanced. It looks like a lot faster than the Dark Souls series. You have this sort of grappling hook thing where you can traverse the environment faster. You can use it in combat. You can get on roofs. It also has some stealth to it, which is really nice. I am just so excited for this game. It comes out on March 22nd, 2019, so it's right around the corner. You know, what more can I say? From Software, they have proven themselves to be very, very skilled developers, very talented, and they continue to put out quality game after quality game, and I see them doing it for the foreseeable future. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2 on the list is coming to us from Bethesda on May 14th. It's coming out on the PS4, the Xbox One, and PC, and that is Rage 2. I really, really enjoyed the first Rage. As I've stated before, I love open world games, especially open world first person shooter games, and I felt like the first Rage did it very well. The combat was fun. A lot of unique weapons, a lot of unique enemy types. You got through in all sorts of crazy situations. I really enjoyed that game, and I never even in a million years thought they would make a sequel to it, because Rage was kind of fell under the radar. It was almost a hidden gem, and here comes Rage 2, just looking incredible. The game looks so over the top. The action just looks crazy. You know, it looks like you've got this huge open world to explore. You got vehicular combat. It looks like you have powers, like he's jumping up in the air and slamming his fist down on enemies and, you know, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. The game looks insane. It looks to have that buttery smooth first person shooting that we see in like Doom and Wolfenstein. This game's going to be great, and I'm just so excited for it. It just looks like a blast, and it cannot come soon enough. And that's going to lead us to number 1 on the list, which is, you know, spoilers, another open world game. Let's get into it. Number 1 on the list is Corky Simulator 2019, coming to us from Corky Game Studios, developed by this guy right here. Think Goat Simulator, but with corgis. It is an open world game where you play just the cutest corgi in the world, and you get to shake your butt all over the place. And I am really looking forward to this one. Wait, no, that's just a fantasy of mine. Let's move on to the real number 1, but before we do that, my editor is going to jump in, and he is going to tell you some of his most anticipated games of 2019. So let's get into that before we get to my number 1 most anticipated game of 2019.
Hey, what's up? Editor back here. Now I'm going to tell you about my 10 most anticipated games of 2019. Also, my games are in no specific order except the last game. The last game is easily my most anticipated. Now the first 3 games I will mention, me and RetroWolf both had on our list. That's Days Gone, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and Psychonauts 2. I'm not going to really go in depth on these because pretty much everything he said was exactly how I feel. Super excited for all 3 of these games. The next game is Trials Rising. These games are such a blast, especially when you have a group of people to play with. Also, this game is going to be coming out on the Switch, so the idea of playing Trials in handheld mode is just pretty exciting. If you got a bunch of people over, pick this game up, you'll have a blast. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. I have so many great memories with the Crash Kart series. I remember going to my local video store when I was a little kid, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and renting Crash Nitro Kart for the PS2. The main reason I'm excited for this is because when you think of a kart style racer, only one that really comes to mind immediately is Mario Kart, so I'm excited to see a little bit of competition in the genre. Far Cry New Dawn is the next game. So Far Cry New Dawn takes place 17 years after the events of Far Cry 5. It's set in this post-apocalyptic world, but everything isn't dead and dark like in a lot of games like that, so it's not like Fallout. The game actually has a very interesting color palette that I really like. It's a mixture of really bright colors and kind of dead brown colors, and I really like the contrast between the two. I'm always excited for a new Far Cry game. Next is The Division 2. Yes, I know a lot of people were disappointed, maybe that's the right word, about The Division when it came out, and I can understand some of those disappointments, but I still enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun with it. Now, I do have hope that this game can fix everything that was wrong with the first game. I have a feeling this is going to be similar to a Titanfall situation. Now, if you remember when the first Titanfall game was coming out, it was super hyped, but it didn't really live up to that hype. A lot of people were disappointed by it. You know, there was no campaign. The online multiplayer had some weird things about it that needed to be fixed, and then Titanfall 2 came out and they fixed everything. It was a super amazing game. It was super polished. I think it won a bunch of awards. It was nominated for a bunch of awards. So I'm hoping The Division 2 can kind of follow that same path and just up everything they did with the first game and make it a little bit better. Next is Mortal Kombat 11. I mean, I can't say much. I mean, it's Mortal Kombat. It's the greatest fighting series ever, in my opinion. The trailer was super fun, and my god, it was brutal. It was very brutal. And I'm excited to use Liu Kang. Yes, Liu Kang is the only character I use. I will not use any other character unless I have to. I can't break that trust, you know. Me and Liu Kang got that bond. This next game was so close to being my number 1, but I just couldn't put it at number 1, and that's Minecraft Dungeons. Now, I know a lot of people are going to think that's weird, that this is one of my most anticipated games, but that's fine. Now, we still don't know a ton about this game. We know a little bit, but you just basically work as a team. You get some specific quests in these dungeons to do. There's going to be all kinds of new mobs, which is enemies. There's going to be new items and weapons, which is very exciting. It's basically going to be kind of a new dungeon crawler game. They said they've gotten a lot of inspiration for this game from classic dungeon crawlers. Now, as a 12-year-old, when Minecraft was released in 2011, I was addicted to this game on a level that I can't even explain. I probably, no lie, have 500 plus hours in this game. I have such a nostalgic feeling every time I see Minecraft. That's just why I'm super excited for Minecraft Dungeons. I'm excited to get a new Minecraft game, something a little bit different. Now, my number 1 most anticipated game of 2019 is so easy to choose. It's Halo Motherfluffin' Infinite. Do I really need to explain myself? It's Halo.
Let's get to my real number 1 most anticipated game of 2019, and that is a game that I don't hear a lot of people talking about for some reason. It was debuted during the Game Awards 2018, and that is The Outer Worlds, coming to us from Obsidian Entertainment. We do not have a release date yet. We just know it's 2019. You may know Obsidian Entertainment from the original Fallout games as well as Fallout New Vegas. They are a really talented game studio, and let's be honest, who knows when we're ever going to get another true Fallout game from Bethesda. That could be years from now. So this game looks like basically Fallout, but maybe better. I mean, going by the gameplay trailer that we saw during the Game Awards, it looks like a blast. It has an art style that kind of reminds me of Borderlands a little bit, except looks a whole lot better than Borderlands. The game just looks great. It really has that kind of Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, Fallout 4 kind of vibe to it, except that it looks like it might be a lot more polished than Fallout. We'll have to wait and see. But as I've stated before, I love open world games, especially first person open world games like Rage 2, which was number 2 on my list. So I'm very excited for this game. Can't wait to see more and learn more and find out when that release date is going to be, because this will be a day 1 purchase for me, and I will probably binge play this game. Maybe one day we'll get Fallout 5. Come on, Bethesda. Please listen.
Hope you're comfortable, by the way. I'm going to be here for a while.
That is my and my editor's top 10 most anticipated games of 2019. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. This is our first video on YouTube, so if you stuck through to the end, I cannot thank you enough. And I hope that you will subscribe and hit that like button. And maybe leave a comment, let us know how we did. And look forward to more great content. And also, you may see this little guy from time to time. Say bye, Link. Catch you later, folks.